Morning. Yeah, good start, Glenn.
Cool.
Nice start on old pound Aussie.
I don't generally like trading the Aussie, but when there's news, it's nice to have a little bit of a go. It was only yellow folder, but
Mm,
gave a bit.
I did quite well on pound Aussie yesterday.
Mm.
It took a long time though. I could have done better, but I took buys here.
Oh, hang on.
No, sorry. What did I take? Yeah, no, sorry. I woke up in the night, and I saw the news. This was the CPI news. This is when I was late. I woke up around this time and remembered that CPI had been on. I saw it spiked up, left a wick to fill, and then as it was pushing down, I thought, oh, London Open or like Euro Open. I thought it'd be London Open. I thought what would happen is it might sweep the lows and then go high. So I did set a buy limit at 1.95 basically, and I had that running all day. And then price, as it came back down, I added here, and I did second guess it for a second as it started pushing down, and I was like, nah, it's just New York doing its own little thing. And then as it started pushing up, I added again here, but this one, it took this wick was a pain in the bum, because what it did was it basically pushed up nicely, and then it just hung there, and I had my target, I had my main target, so I'll show you what happened on the 5. It just hung here for, it felt longer. Felt longer than that. Yeah, gosh, it did feel a lot longer. It was these, I think it was this. Let me look at the 3 minutes. It was this little bit here, where I was just going for, so yeah, like it actually does, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah. That's where it felt longer. 11 minutes, where it was just stuck here. And I was like, after that, 11 minutes, when after this nice run up, and then going up and down, up and down, up and down, and for currencies, this is actually decent little 1 minute candles. 11 or 12 pips per minute candle for a currency pair. It's decent volume. So what I ended up doing when I had to go and clean the house at that point, so because I think the last scale in is what made me start looking at the profit line too much. So what I did, I was targeting this mainly as my wick fill. And remember, there was a day on, I'll go to German 40 in a second, but that was the same sort of idea that I was looking for. Do you guys remember that? Me talking about, oh, that beautiful wick for a wick fill, and we turned around just before it. So that was my main target. And price, as it was hesitating here, and it did that for like 10 minutes, it's going up and down, up and down, up and down. I was just like, come on, just break out so I can go, because this last position that I'd scaled in on then was, even though my average line was my average, like this one here, I scaled in quite a bit. Normally I scale in less than I do, so this one here was smaller risk because I wasn't watching it, and then as it got triggered and then it came back down, I actually added bigger risk at this point. Normally I do it the other way around, and then I added only a small amount, like a quarter of what I did here. But this one here was sort of touch and go, where it was like going 10-12 pips in profit, then coming back to entry, 10-12 pips in profit, coming back to entry. So that's why I was just watching it for like 10 minutes. I was like, come on, just really wanted to break out and do that quick move. I thought, oh, maybe I started thinking maybe the market is just going to come down one more dip down before it pushes up. So what I ended up doing was closing early most of the trade, about 80% of the trade, which I'm still very happy with. And I've left a small runner to keep on going. And that runner, my target was like 1.98. So I'm going to leave that one to go for ages. The runner was the one the bigger one that I was able to keep. I closed this one in full, and the one that I opened up in here, this is the one I've left to run. But I still closed like 75% of this one. Close this one full, close this one full, close 75% of this. And I'm wondering if we can just keep on getting. I really do think we're going back up all the way to here. So I'm happy to scale back into this one. But pound Aussie was quite nice. Then I've got a euro one running as well, but I'm not as convinced with euro. But I do have a euro running from yesterday. Euro Aussie. All right, so German. So the same idea of that wick fill one was the same thing that I was looking at once we had on this wick when we're pushing up. This is the bad day that I didn't get it for this move. I think this was the open candle. Looking if we should have took those longs to go for this wick fill. Anyway, learn from that mistake for the pound Aussie. So it was still one. A lesson learnt though. It was a lesson learnt, not a winning trade until today. Cool. All right. So Daniel, congrats for yesterday, mate. Well done.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
All right, so let's tidy this up because this is starting to look like a bit of a mess now. So because this is 2 hour structure, no, it was 3 hour structure. Because this is 3 hour structure. And we're able to punch through it and then punch through it again. And now we're inside it. So I am wondering if this is going to create like a little resistance, and then we're going to just stay contained in here a little bit before we break out again, because it has been a noisy area before, hasn't it? We have seemed to get stuck in here for quite a bit. So I quite like how it's cleared the floor twice. And now stuck in here. So we've got a little bit of structure above. And we've got a little bit of structure below. So I wonder if we can bounce inside of here. This can be like our German 40 sandwich for today. This will be the hamburger play. So let's see. I'm going to leave that zone there for now. Wonder if we can. What's this point of interest? So let's check how the monthly candle's looking, because we've only got 1 day left now. Get rid of this alert. Okay. I wonder what this monthly candle is going to close like. If it will close more or less the same. Daily candle broke the high and pushed lower. And at the moment we've more or less just sort of risen today. So I wonder if we can create like a bit more of a bottom wick. Just rise up a little bit more. Just punch the high. And then we can retrace a little bit. Make a lower low. And then sort of stay contained. So 4 hour. 4 hour being like this. Get rid of some of these guys. Slowly clearing things up. Yeah, this red zone I'm going to keep because they look quite nice. Like a traditional support resistance. I wonder if we just need to build some orders in this area before we can punch higher. Let's check 3 hour again. You do have a no wick candle. Oh, no wick candle there as well. This 3 hour candle goes into London Open. This 3 hour candle goes through New York Open. So they're both volume candles. Let's check the 2 hour. We've got unemployment later on. I think it's only news. Got core CPI flash estimate, orange folder. That comes in at 10 o'clock. Core PCE and unemployment. So we've got a bit of volatility later on. Let's check the other news because sometimes Forex Factories differs. So Thursday, 7 o'clock retail sales. For Eurozone. Red folder it said. Where was that here? Yellow folder. Oh, Swiss. That's for Swiss. So that should be yellow folder. Oh, wait. No, I got the numbers wrong. Minus 2.2 for both of them. So it was Germany. It's not even on here. German retail sales says minus 0.8. So they didn't have the year-on-year retail sales. So that would be negative for business. Gosh, there is a bit of news on here that's not on old Forex Factory. So that's in an hour's time. So, oh, that's at 9 o'clock. Just before 9 o'clock. Okay, so there could be a bit of volatility. Let's hope it does it whipsaw so we get that kind of German 40 hamburger move. Okay, so I've got 2 minutes for me to complete this. Yes, thanks Alan, just saw that. We're leaving 5-minute liquidity candles. We just broke the high of the 1 hour liquidity candle. Maybe a small sell to push up for the London Open. Bounce off the HCS on the 15-minute would be nice for shorts. Yeah, these 15 minutes have been coming in clutch this week. So 2 hour, I think we just want to stay inside of this range for a bit. I think so. Maybe a buy to sell or sell to buy. So it's about a 70 pip range, so it's decent. 1 hour. Got point of interest here, Doji. We're taking out this liquidity candle, or it was a liquidity candle.
Yeah,
was
that
a
was
news
the
candle.
New York high.
New York high, yeah. So New York high, swept the New York high. Is Nigel watching? Nigel is here, yeah. So something Nigel said the other day. We were saying that normally you got the high, the low, and the 50%. I took a trade the other day, and I was like, you know what? It's pushing up towards the high, and I was like, I'm going to get in early, around the 75% mark, because Nigel was saying that he noticed that the 75% mark had been holding quite well for a session as well. And I saw price action around this area, where normally I would have waited for it to push a little bit higher, so I thought, oh, I'm going to test this one out. Okay, so we've got liquidity candle, liquidity candle, liquidity candle. So we've got a bit of a zone right over here. Almost down to here, but we've still broke this high already. So I'm gonna think about a buy to sell inside of this area. So I'm gonna need to make this. Let's make a blue box. 15 minutes, so we can take out the euro high at the same time. Punch into this 15-minute candle, and then see if we get a 5-minute bearish candle to then sell back down to at least here. So it's going to look something like this. It's going to look something like that, depending on where we can get our entry from. You're pointing out this one, Ivan? 615 candle?
Yeah, just maybe a bit of a trouble there.
I'm looking for sells, so I'm gonna see if I've got to wait for confirmation.
Yeah.
At least a rejection candle, and then take that sell. So I'm not. This is not a set limit order. This one here, but I'm looking for something like. Oh, I'm going to run out of space. Oh no. Okay. I'm looking for something like this. Okay, so here we are. This is the open. I'm going to switch to my... See how this new YouTube layout looks like. Test that. Oh, the sun. What is this country? The sun. Okay, so you can see the new background, no longer the other place. This I did notice that when the sun comes up this side, it reflects off this building, off this window that's on the other side. Luckily, I don't have to worry about sun too much here. Okay, so there's the maybe this is the buy the sell. I hope it doesn't just drop from here. But this is the edge of that blue box. This was the H1 wicks. Can't really see it, can you? Let me change the.
That's just taken the that just tested the open of
The 1 hour candle.
that 1 hour candle. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, remove that accidentally. Yeah. And took it perfectly. So I want to see it give another go. And then do that sell down. So we do have little imbalances across here as well. So I would like to see it sort of give a second push up. It's moved. What's it moved? Oh, 25 pips. First 3 minute candle, 25 pips. Damn. See if it gives another go. I have to time my coffee for when we need it to move. Morning, George. Okay, this is the all chart view. This is what we're looking at. So we did create a little bit of a doji here to push up, reacting from this candle. This could have been an hourly anticipation entry. Yeah, could have been an hourly anticipation entry. Oh, I think that may have been the entry. Is anyone in this one? Anyone pull the trigger early?
Yeah, I got it on when it retested that open of that candle. Just because of how quick it moved. Just didn't look like a breakout. It looked like a grab. And it took out the Euro high, took out New York high from yesterday, and was retesting the open of that candle. I've got my finger on the trigger to close 80% because it's sitting on top of the Asian high. If it doesn't break through that Asian high, I'll close 80%.
Yeah. Well,
retest.
Well, I'm hoping it does retest. So I'm not gonna take this early.
Usually does, doesn't it, mate?
It does. If you were a breakout trader, where is the stop? Oh, if you took if people took buys, probably underneath this doji.
Breakfast breakout traders that have just got their stop loss hit.
Yeah, it would be just here.
I'm just taking. I've just closed 80%.
Yeah, let's see if it pushes up again. We don't need to rush this. It usually gives a second, and remember when it starts trending. Normally gives a few pushes. It's going to move this line so it's not straight on the 1 hour. Because what I can often do as well is break the euro high and then retest to 50%. So let's see if this flips bullish. Hey Peter, how are you? Beautiful weather down there. Yeah, must be starting to get into that nice part of the year, isn't it? Starting coming out of winter for you guys. Yeah, it's the opposite for us, Dan. You can start to feel that freshness in the air now. Well, it's always a bit fresh, but in the mornings now, I'm like, oh damn, it's winter's coming. Oh, why's my chat not working? Collecting a lot of contracts in this zone.
Stuck between the pivot point and the monthly zone. Monthly close.
Oh yeah.
Minute candle's looking nice and bullish though.
The hour as well. Pushed up, come back. Still, it's fighting for its life. Am I using Bookmap? No, I looked at it the other day actually. I saw someone using Bookmap. Hey Dave. Evening. Are you in the Zoom? No. Okay. In the where it normally is. In here, premium. Your live trading links. I'll tag you. Okay. Let me know if you've got issues finding it. Yeah, this book map is interesting. Don't know how to read it properly, but it's meant to show you where orders are. Hey Tom, how are you? I've seen a few people using this. So it's meant to. It's kind of like a volume profile thing. Yeah, tries to like read direction to see like where all the buy limits, sell limits, all that kind of stuff are. Limit orders on offer. I guess it's kind of like a looks interesting, but I think you can read through it. I didn't see what it'd be for like using it for indices. I see it's for cryptos. They have a stocks, futures, and crypto. Anyway, I might have a play around with it one day. How's the light around the desk? The one that's in my eyes? We're starting to get a bit more overcast now, so it's not so bad. You talking to me, Glenn?
Me?
Oh no, sorry, I can hear the background. That's okay.
Oh, could be the kids. They're bloody loud.
Oh, no, that's alright. That's alright. I thought I heard like something similar to your voice. Like I thought maybe you were muffled.
No. My son's 15 and he's bigger than me, so he probably did hear someone sounding like me. Okay, there we go.
Alright, so the euro low is right here. So it's just taken the euro low. It's this candle. So maybe this was the buy, the buy, the buy for the euro open. Took all the highs. London triggered buyers. It's come down. Stop losses would have been here for not the people that took these buys. Their stop losses aren't here. Now can we push up again? Extend this high. Start showing some rejection candles, and then we're going to potentially push down. And at the start, I hope we can sort of get out of this area a little bit. But this was the area that I thought we could very well be trapped inside of. And I'll go back to people that maybe came to the stream later after I'd done this a little bit. So what I was looking at was this zone that I'd drawn from early in the week. I was looking at this area, this piece of structure. Okay, we tapped into it once, 2, 3 times, and then we did a clean push straight through. Pushed up, and then came down, clean candle back down, and now we're inside of it. So I was wondering if we can, as you can see over to the left, that this area, once we've been inside of it, we do often get price just sticking, finding it difficult to get out of this area. Really noisy. So I was just wondering if we can get, like, it's been in here for a bit. I wonder if we can just go one more sweep up to the bottom, and then after that it can decide to break out to the downside or the upside. I was leaning to sells because of the news that we had. We had the news for German retail sales, which were negative year on year. So for the month it was minus 0.8%. So that can't be good for business, really, if retail sales are down. But we pushed up. So this is why I'm thinking that we can have a little bit of a correction to push back down. We've got plenty of points of interest up here. So I just want to see some sort of 15-minute candle that can close bearish and then retest it and then go down. So that's the idea here. So we are pushing back up now. So it took the highs, took Euro open high. Remember, this is the Frankfurt open candle. This this doji here. This is your Frankfurt open candle. And we've just taken the high. And we've taken the low. Now we can push up. So 15-minute, this is a liquidity candle. We are inside this wick, but I would like it to push up a little bit higher into this red zone and then find that rejections. Armin's got his trade all set. So you took this is your entry for the buy. Anticipation entry to push up. Beautiful. This is that zone that we've got. This 30-minute, same anyway, same. The two wicks, two rejection wicks. Put a zone around it from the high to the open. Creates your zone. I'm hoping to find some rejections inside of here. But you had a liquidity candle here, then a doji. So this is a 30-minute anticipation entry. Very good.
Yeah, when you look at the 5-minute, once it hit that liquidity candle, once it flipped, that was my trigger. Yeah.
This one here. So once I pushed down and then flipped bullish.
Yep.
Cool.
Small risk though. I'm waiting on the sales.
So 8:35 seems to be the time as well that we get a lot of trades. Damn. I took a loss on the Emma bot. I saw there was a lot of Japan headlines. I was thinking, Josh, a bit grim. It was in profit a little bit, so I should have closed it before we got to the London Open. London Open just dropped straight down. Oh well. Come on, let's push. So I've got this wick to fill now, so it should break this high. Japan headlines about what are they going to lift rates? No, they're just talking about yield curve control and that how they want to end it. They want it to end by demand inflation rather than forced inflation. It wasn't scheduled, so there was that Nakamura guy. He's the head now. So, because it wasn't scheduled here. It wasn't scheduled, but then I saw on Financial Juice. Look at all these headlines. Oh, what's this? There's more. A Fed speaker. But where all these headlines were. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, it's probably not going to be good for Japan here. Bank of Japan, Nakamura. So anytime they start talking about this stuff, policy does not target FX. Don't see the need to stick to January-March period, judging whether Japan's economy is ready for policy tweak. Closely monitor the impact of yen. They wanted to lift the minimum wage as well. But there was just a lot of it. Just tons and tons. He spoke for a while. Japan's economic recovery required for the central bank to consider ending negative rate territory. So as soon as they start talking about yield curve control and just their policy, what I've found is it's usually positive for yen. Usually. So, yeah, bloody. They never announce when they start doing that. They never actually schedule when the speaker. Well, very rarely they'll ever schedule when a speaker is about to come out. Forced inflation printing. No, forced inflation means like at the moment for them to force inflation, they've put it into negative interest rates and they're trying to push money onto they're trying to force money onto the population to borrow and spend to lift inflation. So that's forced inflation by them lowering interest rates to try push out to the economy. Whereas demand inflation is when there's just such a demand for goods that businesses naturally raise prices. So that's demand push rather than pull push. Pull force and demand push force and pull force. So yeah, because they've been in a state of deflation for like 30-40 years, what they've done is lowered the interest rates to negative territory to try force spending. Whereas what's happening in the world, is that at the moment we've had such a demand for goods and travel that airlines were able to just lift prices up massively. And so that was inflation on airline prices because of the demand for travel. Whereas it was the opposite effect that they had to try generate activity by dropping interest rates for so long, over so many years, to try force spending. So it's still both of them are inflationary, but one was because of actual demand and one was because there was no demand. So they just tried to push people into spending. That way, like if people are starting to spend more, and business can raise that way, it will have like a positive wage effect. But maybe BOJ again ready? Yeah, I think so. Sounds like I mean they've been doing the same thing for like 50 straight Bank of Japan meetings, something like that, something crazy, or 80 meetings straight. They've said the exact same thing. Okay. There was at one stage that I saw that in Tokyo, you've got the Emperor's Palace and the neighborhood around that Emperor's Palace. Just this little neighborhood was worth the whole of Manhattan due to inflation. The whole of Manhattan, New York was worth the same as this little neighborhood around the Emperor's Palace in Tokyo. And ever since then, they've been in a state of deflation. This was after the war rebuilding efforts. Like inflation just went mad. Okay, so Ivan, you must have hit TP now. And we're getting close to the zone. We've filled this wick. We're inside this little green box. What was the green box? Green box was this 2-hour liquidity zone. Oh, I could remove that. Yeah, a bullish 30-minute close. Definitely. Very strong. So we're going to need to see a higher, like not a 5-minute entry. What we want to see is a bit of a rejection from this area, then a retest, and then down. If these sells are going to play out. Yeah, TP hit, small runner left to the top of that manipulation zone. Awesome. Okay, let's see if we can get a little rejection from this area. No bottom wick, a little gap as well. Is that on the terminal?
Yeah, she grabbed some speed.
Yeah. So how far we moved? 52 pips. Oh, you're in the Peter's trades triggered? So that's a cowboy entry. Unless you're looking over to the left for the hour to say that this candle, you're looking for a reaction. So I'm looking for a reaction, retest, then down. So it's definitely in the zone where I want to sell from. Now I just got to see if I get that little rejection first. Sometimes a cowboy entry is the only entry. That is the zone with a stop above the 2 wicks to the left. These two. Yeah. Yeah, be careful here.
That 10-15 candle's pretty strong, man.
Yeah, I've got to wait for a 15-minute rejection before I can look for something here. Because there's a lot of volume coming in.
Yeah.
Taking the high and the low of the euro and now pushing up. So I thought anywhere for rejections inside of this area would be a beauty. So it's 64 pips now.
Making it fair value gap.
It has. That was a fast move at the top. Got slipped on the got slipped on the TP. Positive slippage. Unusual. Love it when that happens. Very rare that we hear positive slippage. Hey.
I don't think I've ever experienced it, hey?
You don't? I've had it a few times. I've liked it. I've liked it when I've had a limit order around news, and it moves so fast that my entry, like say I've got a sell limit here, and it's just gone boom straight through it, and it's by the time my sell limit got triggered was actually like here, and then it dropped. So rather than having like all of this is in drawdown, I was actually, my entry was put up way better, and then it just dropped. So it was sort of reverse slippage, like for my entry. And then I have had it with gold when there was a massive resistance like this, and I had my TP down here, and it finally got 1 minute candle closure underneath this area, and then gold dropped like literally 100 pips in about a minute, and I got about 30 pips. It just went straight through my take profit and then down, but my take profit got triggered at like 30 pips lower than where it was meant to. Alan once had one second trade with a trade triggered and TP was slit. George, you and Jim as well. Pound US, something like 5-1. It's nice when it happens. So many times we get slipped. Our stop gets slipped. So it's finally like, why doesn't the take profit get slipped or the entry get slipped? Entry usually gets slipped the wrong way. So it's nice when we get positive slippage. Far out, man. This is just not stopping. Whoa.
Where we go?
Yeah, I thought longs sort of makes sense based on what I was saying in the breakdown video yesterday, that we've had 2 days of major major US economy news signaling that the end of the rates is here. And I thought that would that'll be a bullish driver overall for indices. But I had a bearish bias with the retail sales and thinking that we might get stuck here one more time before going up. Obviously, the wrong bias from the get-go. Looking for buys would have been great, but the whole point of waiting for a candle to react at a zone first before entering is a level of protection, a layer of protection, I'm going to say. So this is the next point of interest. So obviously this one here never held. Morning, Brenda. Yeah, DAX is pumping, Kathleen. So this is why, Peter, I don't think I don't mind cowboy entries. I call it a cowboy just because it's an entry at a zone without waiting for your first level of your first little reaction from it. And I'm just like, I wasn't sure. This is a valid zone. Don't get me wrong. Like, this is an absolutely valid zone, and it had a reaction. That wick reacted from it, and German had it had a 38 pip reaction from this zone, and then next time it just pumped right through it. Now the next level of interest was here because this is like a little doji. So it doesn't mean it's cowboy entry would be just taking it without waiting for any sort of reaction. but I prefer to have at least a reaction and then a retest, because a reaction and a retest on a higher time frame, like a 2 hour or 1 hour even, sometimes will just look like a bearish candle like that. But having like a 15-minute reaction and then a retest and then a drop, you'll still get like an hour candle that looks like a wick. So it can look like a cowboy entry on a higher time frame, but it's just a little bit safer, or a lot safer than a cowboy entry. Oh, it was a low risk trade, yeah. And so the important thing with all these kind of cowboy entry, or like these kind of entries, because they are risky, I wouldn't want to risk much on them, especially nothing that's going to make me be afraid to enter again, to give my idea a second chance for these sells. Are we expecting a retrace now? Only can expect a retrace once we see a bit of a rejection. So I'm guessing now, because of the size of this move, is now the trend was up. So now what we're hoping for is, or what I'm hoping for now, is a reversal, like a counter trend. Maybe it doesn't even have to reverse all the way, because it's moved so far now that if we saw the right type of patterns or candlesticks form, and it does do a bit of a correction, I think we could at least expect to correct these clean candles and still maintain that bullish structure, and that we still then at least made, there's still a 44 pip range from here, from top to where these clean candles are, and I'm happy with that. So it could just be a counter trend now, but I think that makes sense to fill these clean candles. This was too quick. Too quick to, like, this has basically just created an imbalance on a higher time frame. So I think it was this candle close, what time? Oh, this is the close of the 30-minute, this candle here. So 30-minute candle was like basically this. And we could easily, and then the first 10 minutes of the next candle has opened with no bottom wick. So I think it's safe to assume that at some stage we can see a correction down to about this point. Something like that. And still be quite bullish for the market. So I'm not even really anticipating like this whole move to be faded out. I'm just looking for these candles to be faded out. Only because this is an area of interest, this red zone and this little black thin line. We just need to look for sellers to enter the market, or buyer fatigue to do that correction, because we can't go in straight lines forever. Because hour looked like a monster. So even for when we get to the hour candle close, it could still be bullish and have a wick that goes down like this and then goes up like that. And I think this is what made it so difficult the last few days this week, in that the 4 hour was closing really strong. Like these 4 hour candles, all quite strong, but look at the sizes of these pullbacks. Of these wicks. Looked all the way down to the base and then pushed up. Looked down to the base, pushed up. So I wouldn't be surprised that we can have a great trade that we've been in for like 30 minutes, and all it is a lower wick for a higher time frame. See, when the volume came in, like I was saying, like at 8:35, we tended to see like a good move. 8:30 to 8:35. Like this is a 30 pip push. We saw it the other day as well, I think on the Tuesday. That around the 820, 830 mark, we saw a big push. Okay, the 3 minutes gave a rejection. I didn't really spot that in the 5 minute because it wicked up like this. But see how this top wick? That top wick is a 3 minute attempted liquidity candle. So if I'm watching this 3 minute time frame, there could be an entry just above this little candle. Oh, actually it's here. Oh, you're looking at the same area. Oh, in the 1 minute. You're in.
Yeah.
You must have been on mute when you told us that you got in.
Sorry, you're in mid conversation. I'm into.
Both of you guys are on mute. What are the chances? Yeah, I'm looking for it to sweep this doji and then go down hopefully.
You can pretty good with me, dude. Over talk you and then a lot of people will forget over talking.
I only just saw the 3 minute though. The 5 minute didn't tell me anything just yet. But we broke the low of the 5 minute candle. Alright, I'm going to give this one a little go as well. So, I'm going to have to get in. I was talking while I was saying I was going to get in, so I missed the break of the high. So, target the base of these. Low risk though, because I'm not waiting for a 15 minute. This is ideal anticipation entry with a 7 pip stop loss. Where I got in was not ideal. If I get a 15-minute confirmation, then I'll give it a but I'll probably have to wait a bit for that to happen.
like it might have continuation more so than reversal.
Yeah. Yeah, if it breaks the low and then comes back to entry, what I'll do is I'll shut it down. Needed to drop down, otherwise I'm gonna kill this trade.
I've tightened my stop right up, so if it hits, it hits.
Yeah, I think I just canned it completely. Getting close to this hour candle too.
Ooh.
Come on, break the low. Oh, gapped up again.
Bugger.
I close my position. I don't like that, and we are also close to the new hourly open.
Yeah.
Because we are failed to closing below that area. Price is just pushing upside.
Yeah, it's
but,
got momentum. Wicks filled. Just gonna give it 10 more seconds. Come on.
if you're breaking that low again, that maybe we will again start moving downside. But if price is not interested to break, because it kind of just pushing upside.
Yeah.
If it able to break one more time that low, then we will push downside.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna close it. I closed it. I'm out. That's... Oh, good timing. Jesus. So I took 4 pips loss on that one. 4. Yeah. Yeah, no good. Gotta wait for that 15-minute. Too much momentum. Yeah, now it's gonna break the high. Oh yeah, 4 pips is nothing. That's literally nothing. HCS on the 3-minute. It broke the high, so I can't be. Yeah, I'm gonna, cause we've got the close of the hour. It's a good time for me to go get a coffee. Watch it drop from here. So I'll be back in 5.
Yes, Jim. I also saw that bullish momentum. That's why I was a little bit hesitant to hold that position.
Yeah. I closed it even.
Yeah, I closed around like 2 pip loss.
I took 6 pips. And with slippage against me. It was more like 8 pips actually. So, not bad.
Testing new pattern on the indicator. Closed out when I saw the bullish momentum. Yeah, I didn't like this. Probably easier on the 1 minutes. This, well, actually I was drawing. Really didn't like that. It was just building up pressure. Obviously it's popped. 1 hour candle closed. Hit the top of this area now. So let's see if this 1 hour candle, is it 1 hour? Maybe it's a 2 hour candle. Oh no, this is just that support resistance zone. This is just this area that it's tapped into.
Yeah, Jim and I just working on some concept, negation concept entries.
Nice.
So it's still in process, but it's still giving me some good opportunity as well as when to enter and when to close.
Cool. Yeah, it'd be good to see the results. Okay, it's 15 minute. What are we gonna do?
That reacted off the R1 of the day.
Did it now?
Certainly did.
Sneaky bastard thing.
And the initial bullish push that was from the pivot point.
Oh yeah?
That's where I closed my short this afternoon.
Flip on the H1, yeah. That zone, that area's money. That area's money, this one. Look how nice it's reacted from like these wicks. Then we had a period of consolidation. Then it had reaction. Didn't really respect it too much there, but then reaction. So this is good. This is good, right? So 15 minute. This is maybe what we were waiting for. Not maybe, or maybe. Still got to wait for this one. For this to play out, there's going to be some waiting involved now, unfortunately. But if this 15 minute can close nice and bearish, then we'll look for a retest here in this zone. This has to close bearish though. And then we can look for that area and then look for retracement at least 50%. Now we've moved 90 odd pips. Damn it, man. I feel like I've just been on the wrong side of the momentum. Each stay. Yesterday was alright. Yesterday was good. Yesterday was a fantastic day, actually. But I feel like Monday, Tuesday, and today, I felt that seeing the move happen and then being like, yep, no, all positive, that's going to be the direction of the volume, and then it hasn't. So I've had to like settle for reversal trades or correction trades.
Profits be profits.
Yeah, but you know, it's not. I think it's when we had such a amazing couple of weeks, and we were pretty patient for a lot of it. But then there was a couple that we had the trade in the first 20 minutes, and it's such a nice feeling. Very easy to fall in love with those kind of trades. Oh no. My mother, when she worked over in Falklands, got me a coaster. You see that? That's on the YouTube stream, actually. Falkland Islands, these penguins.
Penguin.
Yeah. But my hot coffee cup is damaging it. I think it's because like I had like some drink with ice in it, and it put condensation, and now I've got a hot cup on it. What's the point of a coaster if you can't put things on it? Oh yeah, the Kelly Tartans in New Zealand. I loved Kelly Tartans as a kid. Used to be the best. It's like a it's an aquarium. Awesome for kids in Auckland. It's got like it used to have like you walk around and it's got the sharks and stingrays and things swimming above you in like a tube. All right, well, this 15-minute didn't close bearish at all. Well, I still can, but it's looking like it's pulling liquidity from below. Okay, so maybe this is a bit higher than I expected. Oh yeah, it is end of month. It is end of month.
This little monthly zone we're in is probably one of the wider gaps between the levels.
You mean between this one and this one?
Well, there's 100 and
230, yeah, 230 pips between them.
below there about 50 pips apart. Up here they're quite wide.
Yeah, it's just because you got more months around this area.
Yeah.
We've only got 1 month up here. Because these are near, this is near the all-time high. Oh wait, no, there's another monthly close above it.
16466 or something.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, Dave, off to a lecture. Okay, catch it tomorrow. Did you find the link at all? I'll have to show you where all the when we catch up. I think we're catching up on Monday, aren't we? So we'll have a little rundown of where everything is in the Discord for you. We saw it tomorrow. Yeah, okay. Oh, Tom, I saw your in the Discord. Yeah. I got 2 entries over here. Okay, how come you got 2 entries? Why the second one? I think scaling in, I'm not sure which was the first entry, but if you're going to add to the position, it would be because price pushes down and then you see a reaction again to add into it around the same area. Otherwise this is too close together to scale in, or unless you were risking, say, you knew how much you were going to risk and you were just split it into two positions. But I'd say that that was too close together in terms of price, because this is the 3-minute time frame. Because they're both in the same candle as well. Half percent each was trying to do a better entry in the 1 minute. Lower one was the first. Second, try and do better HCS entry, all on demo account. See, I think 0.5% is too much as well. When I say low risk, it generally isn't. When I say low risk, 0.5% is even. Like when I'm doing this type of entries, I'm using a fixed lot. So that the smaller the stop loss, the smaller the risk. So a fixed, like for example, what I'd be thinking is my 0.5%, sometimes 1%, very rarely it's 1%, but usually 0.5%. That's based on me having 20 pip stop loss. That's me based on having a 20 pip stop loss, 20, 25 pips. So that if I'm risking that one there that I risked, the first one, that was around a, it was like a 12 pip. It was like more or less 12 pips that I was risked by the time where I got my entry was about 12 pips. So that was, you know, more or less, let's call it 0.25%. Oh, let's call it 0.3%. That was a 0.3% trade. Then if I let it hit full loss, because I cut it early, it ended up being like 0.1%. But I'm not operating in percentages. But just to get an idea, when some people say low risk, they never actually clarify exactly what low risk was. Could we go through fixed lot versus percentage next study? Yep, we can do that, Dan. So we did close bearish. 5 minutes. Okay. $30 not closed yet. So that's... Did we take the high of this guy? 16,002. 16,003. So it did break the high. So where's my entry point now? My entry point, Brenda, it depends on what the reaction candle looks like. So if this is the 5 minute, I don't really want to. The 15 minute is a small body candle, but the 5 minute do give me a reaction candle. So technically my entry point would be based on if we could break these lows. But if price came up and like consolidate a little bit and then was wicking above it, this could technically be, it's risky, but it could be an entry point. So I could move that up to like say there. Oh, I was going to read these headlines. Forgot about that. Fed Bostic. That red zone at the top, yours is 15,992 to 16,02. Mine was based on looking at the 2-hour chart. And it was matching up pretty much just these wicks. Like these wicks and these wicks. Like this. Yep, no problem. All right. Can we give this one another go? It's only wasting candles to close. Nice, went snorkeling with the brim. Cool. Gosh, I miss being near the water. Dan, what were you taking to execute your trades on? What program?
Mate, I'm using Magic Keys.
Oh, you're setting up with that. Okay, yeah.
It's a bit of a mission though, because you've got to have so many different parameters if you want to take one lot or 5 lots or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a mission.
Yeah. So I just enter. I just use. I have you know where you've got one click trading up the top, and you've got sell buy. Yeah. And you have a lot sizes there.
Mm-hmm.
So what you want to work out, what we need to work out is account size, broker, how much the broker charges. Are you at Pepperstone?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it's the same as mine then. So Pepperstone will charge, the smallest you can open is a 0.1 lot.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to work out what, I use 0.1's easy because then 1 is just a multiple of 10.
Yeah.
Want to work out what say what is 0.1 lots, how much that charges you for each pip.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so because it's in Australian dollars, it should be about, I had to remember myself actually. I think it's around 14 cents. So I think, sorry, 0.1 lots. I think that should be about, it's not 0.1, no. It should be 14s.
I find it super confusing.
Because I'm using it on a account of US dollars, and they do a 0.01, so I'm having trouble doing the math.
The math works better in US dollars.
It's even, yeah. So it should be 14 cents
Okay.
per lot, per 0.1 lot. Okay. Now, one lot is 1.40, $1.40
Per pip.
per pip. So times 20 pips would equal 20. What is that? 28.
Close enough. Yep, 28.
$28. Okay. So then, depending on how much this is of your account size. So if your accounts, if you say you had 2,800 in your account, then one standard lot would be, with 20 pips, would be 1% of your account.
Yeah, right.
So if that was the case, then you would have this. If you wanted to risk 0.5%, you would then put 0.5 in here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. And then so when you want to enter a trade, you would just do mental math saying if I want to risk roughly 0.5% or less, okay, then you would just have 0.5 lots ready to enter, sell, or buy, knowing that you're going to have, on average, a 20 pip stop loss. Because once you, on MetaTrader, once you actually enter the trade, like either sell or buy, so once you enter and you got your entry, you just grab that line and lift up to set your stop loss.
Exactly like TradingView.
Yeah. So it's really quick that way. And then when I use magic keys to like manage the trade. I don't use it to enter the trade.
So you can so magic keys detects that you put a trade on directly through MetaTrader, but not through it.
Yeah.
Right.
It'll still manage the same trade.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so that's how it's like really quick to do it that way, rather than having to do like open calculator,
Oh yeah. it's
input risk, put the percentage in, set your levels, and then do it. I just know,
Yeah.
I just know what my lot allocation I need to for my account that I need to enter to sort of guesstimate that I'm risking around 0.5% for a 20 pip stop at this amount. And if I want to go in and say, if I want to increase the risk and to like 1%, I'll just double the number. If I want to go in even smaller, I just make that number a little bit smaller. Knowing that I'm trying not to let my trades hit stop loss in the full position as well. So even if I am risking, say, somewhere between 0.3 to 1% of my account, what I'm doing is I'm trying to actively manage the trade. Sometimes you can't do nothing about it, but other times, like if I'm getting a little bit suspicious about this, I'd rather just book a half my trade as a loss, like what we did earlier. Booked a four pip loss, but to do that, for me to close the trade, I just hit close full on magic keys. So it was really easy for me to get out of the trade, like super quick.
Yeah. Okay. Super quick. Yep. Perfect.
But we'll work out
me a few times.
Yeah, and we'll work out the mass a little bit closer, like when we actually catch up properly.
That'd be great.
Yeah, but more or less that's what it is. If you're in US, like one of my accounts in US dollars, so it's I don't have to worry about the conversion. To me, it's just 0.1 lots is well, on this account, one lot is $1.
Yeah. Right.
But it's a little bit different because I got Pepstone and I've got another broker. So this broker lets me do 0.01 lots, whereas Pepstone is 0.1 lots.
Makes sense.
And
yep, appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. On the US account, it's 10 cents per 0.1, but because this is US cents, the Australian account is around 60 cents, 55 cents to $1. So it's going to be more or less 14 to 15 cents per micro lot, mini lot, not micro lot. All right,
makes sense.
So 15-minute close. Is this a little anticipation? I'm gonna give this a sneaky little go. This will be my last trade. Based on the very weak 15-minute candle, 30-minute close bearish now. 1 hour still open. So the 1 hour still could have created that bottom wick and pushing up. 5-minute. We did have that little rejection. I don't like how we've just been pushing up here, but we created like a little doji bullish candle, no bottom wick, pushing up. Above this candle, looking to take that little sell. Hopefully this candle can close or start to push down a little bit. Hopefully it can close bearish. Hopefully it just doesn't do me straight away, because we're still fighting the hour candle. I'm kind of banking that this 15-minute candle is going to hold. If it doesn't, then I'm done. And because it's at my zone still, oh man. Did that break the high?
Gasp.
It didn't on TradingView, but my broker can't tell.
Equal one plus a-
So 16002.7. Oh, it did break the high by 0.1. So it took the high. Damn it. The equal highs as well, so I could leave it to sweep. So do I want to get out of this trade? It's given me an opportunity to get out now for break even, more or less. Alright, Allen's is minus 0.4. If it can just flip. But it did break the high, that's the problem. On my broker. Come on, break its own low. Okay. Got me nervous there. Got me very nervous. But we're running, we're off. Thank goodness for that. Far out, man. Okay, if it comes back to my entry, I'll just close it. I'm in with a shot. So the 5 minute closed. All right. So it's given a setup. Now we need to break the low. If we break this doji low, I'll tighten my stop loss. I'll make it a hard stop loss. At the moment, it's just a soft stop loss. What I mean by that is, if it comes back to the entry, if it just sort of wicks into the entry and then starts pushing down again, I would have survived. If I move my stop loss to down there, this spread could take me out. So I'm kind of just watching it at the moment. I've left the stop loss where it is. I don't mind if it sort of just gets close and then comes down, because I don't want the spread to take me out. But if it pushes up and then hesitates and then starts to break as high again, then I'll just close it manually. Or if it does break this low, I'll make this a hard stop loss. So it's somewhere 1.4 pips in profit here. Spread would have taken me out now. So now it's just got to reject from here. Reject. Okay. Just if once it moves back down, I'll bring my stop loss just above this candle. Yep. Stop loss now is just above this high. So for me to do that again, easily, Dan, I can just lift up on the trade. I just lift up the from the line. I just grab the entry line and grab it and just lift it up.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so see how I managed that one. And I think it's probably a good example of like why I did it that way. That I didn't like. This is my entry rather than moving to break even straight away. This would have taken me out. So I let this, like a spread would have taken me up. I let it come back to the entry, hesitate there. Now it's just pulled down again. Now this is it. If it's breaking this high again, it's going to fill this wick. Same idea as what happened on the 4-hour chart a couple of days ago. On this, that once we started pushing up into this and breaking these highs, it was going to do a full wick fill. So it should be got me nervous up. Bloody got me nervous up here. I think I was going to take an instant full loss. Now we're 12 pips in profit. So we're more or less 1-to-1. I'm going to take some. Yeah. I closed 25%. Closed 25%. And I probably shouldn't do that because what I'm doing is I'm trading the outcome of the previous trade. I feel like I've made of that 12 pips, taken 25%. I'm more or less now break even for the day, with a chance of this running now, because those 12 pips closing 25%. I've gained back 3 of those pips. Then I lost like 3.9. So it's not that I don't think it's the best way to trade, but sometimes I feel like it's nice to have that level playing field. Again, you know. You know what? I'm not going to give back a cent more. Because if it's breaking this doji high or getting close to it, it's going to break that high. And if it's breaking that high, it's likely to go up the top. So let's just hope spread doesn't take me out. But oh, bummer. Okay. Oh, so, damn, man.
This is slowing down, mate, so there might be a third chance.
Don't know how I stayed in that one. I thought the spread for sure survived by point. Oh. Now I'm out. The spread took me out. Bastard.
Wish you took 90% now.
Yeah. Oh well. Well, if I keep on doing 90%, then I'm never going to be able to take 50 pips. And like yesterday, was able to let it run. because I didn't take that loss first. I find when I take that loss first, then I scale out too quickly. Man. Well, I think the more this plays around up in here, just wait for a clearer sign to get that entry. So still not really seeing anything that's great. Ah, you prick. Yeah, probably well, I think New York's gonna be bullish. Yeah, I think New York. Well, who knows? Haven't been picking the direction very well for the session. The session's been doing basically the opposite of what I thought. Sometimes it's the price action, like the trading the fundamentals like this can be tough because you know where it should, you know where the fundamentals, like overall, price should just be keep on going up based on if the interest rates cycle coming to an end. Now it depends if people have enough savings to keep on buying stuff, or the makeup of the companies when they're reporting their earnings. But sometimes it takes a long time for people to fill their orders, these big boys to fill their orders. So you have a lag with the fundamentals and direction. So it's not like news comes out and we instantly go that direction that we think it should go. Take pound Aussie for example. Pound should be flying. It should be flying. But it's going to take a while for them to build their orders before we can start to fly higher. As soon as that Aussie CPI print came out, this was a definite that we're going up. But it still might take rather than going up in a straight line, it still might have a couple liquidity fills before it can then push up. So we can have this like lag effect. So same with the stocks and indices. It's like ideally we'd be looking to go bullish, and sometimes I'm got a contrarian mindset, thinking that it should be going bullish, but I'm going to swim against it. So sometimes you're right, and other times price will actually go up when it should go up. So what's important about that is combining why you're buying something or selling something, but always use price action as well. I think if you use price action will often tell you where price is going to go. So, but learning that patience, looking for the better candles, and then looking for reactions from them. Like this 15-minute candle now looking good. Yeah. As for you, okay, Peter. Okay, catch you later. I saw the email come through, so thank you very much. I'll get all that sorted. ASAP. But anyway, I think I'm gonna call it as well. I've got to go, and I've got a lot of stuff I've got to do today. Yeah, got a lot of stuff to catch up on. Cool. Alrighty. Well, an average session. It was a break-even session. So a shitty session. Hopefully later one's better. Cool. Alright guys. Well, thank you very much for being here. I will chat to you guys later. Make sure if you're watching first time, sign up to the website if you like, or jump into the Discord. There's a lot of good stuff there for you guys to learn from. So all the details in the links and on the website. All right. Am I entering short? No, I've tried short twice. So I'm not trying short again for now. I will look for shorts, but I'm gonna have to wait for the price action to tell me.